Shouldn't be too difficult. Liverpool on Sunday the 7th of November.
Welcome back to Matchday Live. And for the first time in 5 years, Manchester City have been knocked out of the Carabao Cup. And it is at the hands of West Ham on penalties. West Ham scoring all 5 of their penalties. I am still joined in the studio by Shaun Goater and Andy Morrison. Gents, we're absolutely gutted in the studio. We love the Carabao Cup. But Shaun, West Ham, they scored all 5 of the penalties, so they deserve it.
Yes, they do. Listen, well done to David Moyes and West Ham because, again, as the game wore on second half, we were pushing and we were pressing, and I felt, Andy and I were saying, this goal is coming, and we just, for whatever reason, that final kick got a block, it got deflected, we pulled it wide, we just didn't have that opportunity that we connected with really well that went, there you go, you're not saving that, or it isn't unlucky with it. And we just couldn't fashion out that real great opportunity. So for me, it's well done to them because, again, West Ham are very conscious. They're very conscious of the fact that the last 4 seasons City have won that. So as the game wore on, it's like, hey, we've got a chance. And David Moyes, I said at one point, he's going for it. He brought on those 3 subs, which was ultimately the strongest team to really go for it. So well done. They put their penalties away. We were thinking and hoping that Zach would have probably come away with one save. Wasn't to be. Phil Foden will learn from this because I like the bravery. Jack Grealish as well. I like the bravery because Michael Brown talked about a little bit of it. That when you're there and the manager's like, who wants to take a penalty? Who's brave enough? And sometimes you get players that, they're, no, not me, they start going for walkabouts. But he was brave to want to take it and step up, take the first one. But he'll learn from that. And for me, I want him to go on and take another one because that's the only way to get over that. So just unfortunate. But well done to West Ham.
Andy, statistically in the 90 minutes, 64% possession for City, 25 shots to West Ham's 7 shots on targets to West Ham's 2. Statistically, it looks like we did enough to have won the game, but what actually happened?
Yeah, listen, we're not being clever after the event. We spoke about this being a really, really tough game. They're in a really good place at the minute. There's a lot of energy. There's a feel-good factor around West Ham. And, for me, it was one of the most difficult, especially away from home, that we could have got. Although the stats say we should have won the game, the stats will always say that Manchester City should win the game. We'll always dominate. But we had 2 or 3 really good headed opportunities, and we never found corners. They were a little bit safe, and I still think at Aki's opportunity at the end of the first half really was the best of the game, because for Raheem's chance right at the death, he's seen it really late over the top of a 6'5" defender, and you can't pick anything then. You're just trying to make contact with the ball, and we didn't do enough in the game. We never got enough shots off. The keepers made saves that were expected to be saved, and we just lacked a little bit of urgency. With that knowledge that it is 90 minutes now, and it goes to pens. When it goes to pens, it's a complete lottery.
Well, you spoke about it in terms of urgency, and I thought perhaps it was a plan that we will purposely sort of move the ball slowly and then have this sudden change of pace. But as the game wore on, we were in this pace, and obviously towards the last 15, 20, we're pressing a bit more in terms of moving it quicker. But you're absolutely right in terms of early on. We could have moved the ball a bit quicker, which would have allowed more time for Mahrez, more time for Sterling to be able to run at him or be able to find those threaded passes. So I think we look at it and think perhaps the tempo we could have done well. But just quickly, I want to mention Ake because you talked about the chance he had. I thought he played well because each time he comes in, we always see Laporte, Diaz, Stones as sort of the 3, and I think he's put in a decent showing tonight, Ake, which is what he wants to add to start becoming part of that conversation. Like, why can't it be someone else alongside him? So I thought he's put in a good shift tonight, Ake, being solid.
I also thought, credit to West Ham. Yes, we made it maybe a touch easy by a lack of a lack of urgency when we were in possession of the ball, but they got set into shape and they shut off spaces, and they were happy for us to cross the ball with with two centre halves who were dominant in the air, and we don't have that. We have to really land on top of the head at the far post to score a goal from a cross, and they looked solid, very organised, and a great shape, and testament to the manager for the detail that must have gone into the changes that they've made, and this is how we're going to defend, and they were very good.
Yeah, they're an incredible run of form. And as you say, we said pre-match, this was one of the hardest draws that or if not the hardest draw we could have got at the moment. So, yeah, full credit to West Ham. In terms of City, do you think now, Shaun, it's inevitable that when we don't score a goal, so similar to when we had the Southampton game, that it's going to open the floodgates for the questions about not having a striker?
Yes, I think outside of, City, that's going to be the conversation, that's going to be the noise. But within City, I think there's a true belief that, this group of players can go on to win the league and win other trophies. And, the Carabao Cup, everyone will be just up for it that little bit more because City's won it 4 times in a row. And that takes some doing. So any team that City was to play, it was West Ham tonight. It was any other team, they would have still been, can we stop this juggernaut? Because, again, we don't want them to be, again, in the finals or moving on to quarterfinals, etc. So it was always going to be tough. I was way off with my prediction of 3-1. I fell into your stats and thinking how comfortable we were in terms of winning 5 and drawing 1. But as Andy said, listen, well done to West Ham. They put up a good fight. Tactically, they were good. We could have had perhaps in terms of our tempo, it's the only thing I would say. And as Andy said, a couple of the chances.
Before we go on to sort of move ahead to look at the weekend, I'd love to try and take some positives from the game because I always like to do that. In terms of the fixture pile-up, we know last year, Andy, that we played, I think it was 61 games or something like that last year. So if I'm really looking for positives, maybe it frees up a few weeks in the near future for players to rest and recover.
Yes.
I'd rather be in it. I just need to read.
Logically, in time, yes, those periods, but not for our football club. We don't lose games of football, and there's always a feeling afterwards of disappointment, which is different to any other club for me because the expectations are so high. So disappointment, yes. As the season goes on now, we will look at it and say, this is a chance for resting up for the big games. But tonight, it'll hurt a bit.
Yeah, absolutely, because we love the Carabao Cup. We've never hidden the fact that we love and respect the Carabao Cup. So well done to West Ham. Right, we're going to have a little look at Cryptic City now and tell you who the player was tonight. So as you know, you have a little look at the pictures, the 4 pictures. You kind of say what you see, try and put it together loosely to name a Manchester City player. So thank you so much. We've had loads of right guesses tonight. People sending in their guesses using hashtag Man City. So absolutely loads of you. So Ian, Prince, Greg, Ali Foda, all got it right. So I'm going to tell you, I actually don't know. So this is my guess. That is a car. That is the programme Lost. Car Lost. That is a TV. And that is a Fez hat. So I'm going Car Lost Fez. Carlos Tevez. And am I right? Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. See, as a team, this is what we are. I'm glad I didn't interrupt your thinking and gave you no clue. But as a team, we got through that one.
I felt your positive vibes, Shaun, and I much appreciated it. So that was Cryptic City. The answer tonight was Carlos Tevez. We'll have another Cryptic City on Saturday. And I just want to say a big thank you as well to everybody that was sending in pictures of your dogs. After we did say, of course, that Phil Foden has named his dog Carabao. I asked you to send in pictures and you did. Thank you so much. We absolutely love seeing pictures of your dog. So, and there's Bernardo Silva with John. That's John Stones. So a shout out. Here are some of the lovely pictures of you and your dogs. Go on, John Stones. So Noah sent us a lovely picture to Regan, sent us his cat. There's Regan's cat there. Max sent us a picture of his dog. So that should maybe, of course Edison's dog's the coolest. Of course it is. So thank you for sending in and sharing those pictures. So before we wrap up tonight, gents, I'd just like to get a kind of feeling from you both about how you're feeling ahead of Saturday's game. Of course, Crystal Palace, another team that are doing well. Our former player, Patrick Vieira, coming back. How are you feeling ahead of Saturday, Shaun?
I always feel positive because I know that, you have to go a long way back to see when City's lost 2 games in a row under Pep Guardiola. So I feel positive about it. I think, Patrick Vieira coming to the club, that's going to be an exciting thing because I felt probably when he was here, he was someone that was lined up for the role. So Patrick will want to put on a good performance for people watching outside of City, but also for City people to think, well, at some point, Pep will move on. Could Patrick be somebody? So all of that going on, I think between the managers, there'll be a great deal of respect because I'm sure Patrick's learned so much from Guardiola. Looking forward to it. He's got them playing a different brand of football. So I think it's an exciting game to look forward to. But I see City coming back and putting on a great performance.
Yeah, because Pep and the club certainly saw something in Patrick when they asked him to stay on to coach. And of course, he went on to New York City as well. Are you looking forward to the game Saturday, Andy?
I am, yeah, and I think the players will. They'll be champing at the bit now to get back out on the pitch. The great thing with football is opportunities come along, pretty quick, and matter of 3 or 4 days, got a chance to put that behind us and and pick up where we left off after the last couple of performances.
Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you so much, Shaun. It's always a pleasure to have you with me on the show. So we'll be back on Saturday. You'll be joined by Kel Spellman, who has Jolien Lescott and Stephen McInerney. You can join us from about 1:30 on Saturday. Now, I do want to remind you as well about the incredible City in the Community 35-year birthday. We are celebrating. We have been for the whole of October. They are currently running an incredible prize draw. It's some really, really brilliant prizes that you can win. So get yourself onto mancity.com, have a little look at the City in the Community prize draw, and please take part if you can. You've got until midnight on the 31st of October to take part. Now we got to say goodbye. Goodbye to the Carabao Cup. We have been knocked out tonight. It has been an absolutely glorious 5 years, 4 years as the holders. We love you, the Carabao Cup. We're going to miss you, but hopefully you can come home in the near future. Thank you for joining us tonight, Blues. We'll see you on Saturday.
CRTC is turning 35.
City in the Community have teamed up with Play Fund Win, the digital raffle platform, to raise much needed funds this season. As well as supporting a brilliant cause, you will also have the chance to win some fantastic prizes, including shirts signed by Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Ruben Dias and Jack Grealish, plus a virtual meet and greet with Jack Grealish, 4 tickets for Liam Gallagher, 4 tickets for Ed Sheeran, 4 tickets for The Killers, 4 tickets for Red Hot Chili Peppers, 4 tickets for the Foo Fighters, plus win 2 Etihad Airways flight tickets to Abu Dhabi and £1,000 spending money.
To enter, simply visit
mancity.com/prize draw to get your tickets, or text City to 85525.
Or scan one of the QR codes around the Etihad Stadium.
100% of profits go to support the work which City in the Community carry out in the City of Manchester.
Play the City in the Community prize draw.
Fun projects for CITC across Manchester.
Win some incredible prizes.
Entries are open now, so what are you waiting for?
From all of us at Man City and CITC, have a great day.